Fogarty Arena is the setting for tonight's interconference matchup. It's the Spring Lake Park Panthers of the North Suburban taking on the South St. Paul Packers of the Classic Suburban. Should prove to be a great tilt tonight here on a Tuesday night in Blaine, Minnesota at Fogarty Arena. Welcome everybody to Fogarty Arena. I got a couple of Matts here for you up in the broadcast booth. My name's Matt Bishop. Joining me for tonight's broadcast is Matt Johnson, and as both teams are getting set, we're about a minute or so away from puck drop here. Quickly, Matt, we're going to highlight a couple of players from both teams, also hear from a couple of coaches. The guy we're looking at we're going to be looking at soon for South St. Paul, number 26, Brendan Shanley. Matt, this guy's only a sophomore, but already shown he can put the puck in the net.
He has. He's got 2 goals and an assist. The forward for the Packers. His coach says he's a tough player. He's a smart guy out there on the ice. The Packers will need him tonight as they need this game. It's got both these teams needing this one equally. Should be a tough matchup. Let's take a look at what head coach had to say just prior to our game. Speaking with you, it's Coach Scott Macko.
Here before South St. Paul in Spring Lake Park with South St. Paul head coach Scott Macko. And Scott, coming into this one, looking at your team stat-wise up and down, something you see right away is being outscored in the first period by quite a big disparity. Going into the stretch run of the season now, what are you telling your guys? What are you working on in practice to try to really get off to faster starts?
Well, I think you're right. It's been a tradition of ours so far this season that we've been starting off slow. And actually the last few practices, it's something that we've been trying to change, just getting kids in a different mindset to begin the game. But what it comes down to is just their preparation, how they want to play. They're high school kids, and that's unfortunately and fortunately, I guess. But unfortunately, my hands are always in the hands of 16 and 17-year-old kids, and high school kids are different, but. We're just trying to keep our kids positive, keep them moving, and hopefully good things come from that. So,
big thing also we've noticed with your squad this year is their success on the penalty kill. Pretty high penalty kill percentage for you. We know how critical special teams are in hockey, whether it's the power play or the penalty kill. What's worked for your guys' PK this season?
It's hard work, and we've had a lot of practice at it, which isn't a good thing, but. We've taken a lot of dumb penalties, especially in the beginning of the year, and so we've had to work on it because we know we've been on the ice quite a bit with our PK. But it just comes down to hard work when it comes when you're a man down. So we just stress that a lot, is try to outwork our opponent.
Jack Petraszewski this year for you back on the blue line has been able to notch some points on the board as well, especially in the assist department with 14 assists. He's also a senior for you. How key is it for you to see a senior really leading by example as far as producing on the ice?
He's a great kid. In all my years of coaching, he is one of the best captains that I've had. He's a great kid on the ice, off the ice. He's an exceptional athlete. He's a stud in football. He played on both sides of the ball there. So. He's just a great athlete. He's a great leader, and he's one of our key guys on the ice, off the ice, and we need players like him to step up. And we're slowly starting to get some other people to kind of contribute a little bit, but obviously he's one of our main guys that we have on the ice quite a bit. So the more we can get him out there, the better chance we have. So.
Finally, Coach, a non-conference tilt tonight against Spring Lake Park. You guys are Classic Suburban, they're North Suburban. Any difference for you as far as your preparation goes when you're playing a team not in the conference?
No. I mean, it's an important game for us. It's set us up for sections and stuff. So, I mean, it's an important game for us. The kids know it, and, Spring Lake Park knows it as well. And so, I think both teams are going to give it their best tonight. So, we're excited.
Scott, good luck out there. Thanks so much. That was South St. Paul head coach Scott Macko. Now switching to the Spring Lake Park Panthers side of things. And you can't say enough about Austin Long this year, Matt. Absolutely lighting up the scoreboard.
Indeed. In the last 2 games alone, 4 goals and 3 assists. As you can see, this kid, Matt, is just 14 years old as a freshman. Look for him to lead this Panther squad tonight. He's been skating alongside St. Louis Blues star David Backus. The center is a great influence for him. It's interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the broadcast success goes on, but those two working together pretty well. He's been compared to some NHL players, so he's a force to be reckoned with.
Austin Long, 17 goals in 17 games on the season. He can do it both on the power play, shorthanded, and 5-on-5. Here is Spring Lake Park head coach Tom Benson. Matt Bishop now joined here ringside by the head coach of the Spring Lake Park Panthers, Tom Benson, in his 20th season at the helm of this team. And coach, going into tonight's game against South St. Paul, your guys have won 2 straight. How critical is that, having 2 games where things have gone right for you going into a tilt against a tough team?
Yeah, we've been playing well all year. We haven't been getting the breaks that we would have liked earlier on, and we really struggled to put the puck in the net, and all of a sudden, everything we throw at the net's going in. So I think that's given the kids a little confidence, and hopefully that'll show tonight. We've had our chances, we've had our opportunities, but we just haven't been putting the puck in, and then recently, they've just been falling in.
So far this year, in first periods, you guys have outscored the opponent 17-11. It seems that everyone says it in hockey that whoever scores the first goal is already an advantage, but really, how important is it, and how much do you stress to your guys to get that first goal and to get that lead after the first 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's important to come out of the chute and skate hard, and you get opportunities, and it does give you the advantage. It's easier to play with a lead than it is to try and catch up, and throughout all aspects of the game, it's just a little more comfort in the way you're playing, and that's going to be key tonight. Whether we come out and set the tone early and get opportunities is going to be real important.
Looking to at this game, you coming off 2 straight wins after the new year. Obviously, the kids with no school and then the holiday break. Do you feel that they're starting to kind of get back into the swing of things, getting closer and closer to sections?
Yeah, our kids have brought their game out every single game of the year. I haven't worried about them, being ready to play and playing with intensity. And I expect they'll do that again tonight. It's an important game, even though it's not a conference game. It's a section game, and how we do tonight really has a lot of impact on where we're seated in our section and what side of the bracket we're on in relationship to Totino, St. Thomas, Matamidi. So it's a big game for us.
Finally, Coach, you mentioned it's a big game, but X's and O's maybe type things. What are you telling your guys going into tonight? What are some areas of their game that they really need to execute in order to pull out a W?
Well, I think the biggest key to our game is how we play in our own zone, our positional play, staying on the defensive side of the offensive player. I like to make sure we have balance in the offensive zone, not running around, not overcrowding one part of the rink. I think that'll be a key. And then getting the puck to the net, rather than, worrying about getting that cute goal where you have to pass the puck 100 times. We've got to get to the puck to the net and, bang away on some rebounds and hopefully get some goals that way.
Well, we're thankful for your time and thankful for a former North Dakota guy to talk to a St. Cloud State product. So good luck tonight, Coach, and best of luck as you continue in sections.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.
So thanks to both coaches, Scott Mako and Tom Benson, for joining us here prior to the Packers taking on the Panthers from Fogarty Arena, the Ice House here in Blaine, Minnesota. We're going to step aside, fans continuing to file in. The band is giving them some pregame entertainment, you can say, and we're just ready for a nice, competitive, hopefully a bit scrappy hockey game here tonight between 2 very, very good hockey programs. You're watching Spring Lake Park, South St. Paul hockey. Coming up next, Puck Drop on North Metro TV.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta.
Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at an all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Some high school boys hockey for you here at Fogarty Arena. It's the Spring Lake Park Panthers taking on the South St. Paul Packers for a little Tuesday night boys hockey action in the Minnesota State High School League. We're playing here at Fogarty Arena in Blaine, Minnesota. Not too far from Spring Lake Park High School, actually. Let's look at the starting lineups. First, Matt, for the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
Yeah, we talked about Austin Long a little bit earlier, more on him as the broadcast goes on. You've also got Devin Sinnell and Pete Senko, number 23, your Panther forwards. The defenders for Spring Lake Park starting tonight will be Noah Borman and Nick Hyde, as you see there. The goalie for Spring Lake Park is J.T. Hershey. It's 6'4", 180 pounds. He's a big guy that will try to get in front of the net tonight. He's got 51 saves in his last 2 games. He's been busy, Matt.
Maybe because I'm a tall guy myself at 6'7", I have a thing for, of course, he's a good goaltender. He's 6'4". Looking at South St. Paul's starting lineups, Matt.
Yeah, Nick Jeroff here, one of the forwards. Ben Cray, one of the others. And then number 14 is Dan Petrozewski. You've got Jack Petrozewski there. Look at the goalie, Grant Amels. He's averages about 6 goals a game. He's got a 1-1 record in the last 2 games, so he'll have his work cut out for them tonight against this Panthers scoring attack.
Right away, Amel sees the puck, goes to his blocker side as Spring Lake Park applies the early pressure back behind the net for Spring Lake Park. That's number 4, Austin Long. They go to the point. Here's Hyde. Hyde switches now to the far half wall, brings it down below the red line, gives it up to Sinnell, and Sinnell loses it, and the Packers come the other way. South St. Paul dumps it in. That's number 19, Jack Petrozewski, sneaking up from his D spot. He'll head back to the blue line as Spring Lake Park moves the puck forward. Now here's Hyde. Hyde trying to pinch in from his defensive position. He'll head back to center ice as South St. Paul Shanley moves it out, taken away in the neutral zone by number 25. That's Brandon Richards for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. This shot is saved, and now the puck's behind the net. Good pace so far by the Panthers as Richards is fighting for it. Back there fighting with Jake Hill. And we're going to have a penalty. It looks like a hooking call. And we'll see who will go to the box. And one of these teams is going to start on early with the special teams opportunity. It's going to be number 4 of South St. Paul. That's Jake Hill.
Yeah, funny that the Panthers will have a power play here to start off just a minute into the game, Matt, because it was Spring Lake Park coach Tom Benson who was worried about his guys being too physical tonight. They are a very highly penalized team. You can see it right there on the boards. You saw number 4 at the center of the screen. Definitely a hooking, so an opportunity for the Panthers here early on the power play.
Spring Lake Park power play this season. Check out these numbers, Matt. Clicking at 21.7%. Not bad, but here's South St. Paul shorthanded, putting on some pressure with a good forecheck by Patrick Luoma. Luoma will skate out to the blue line, and the Panthers will break out from their own zone. Here's number 22, Gage Rickenbeck. Rickenbach now parks at the red line, goes up to the half wall, up to the blue line, but unable to keep it in the zone with Sam Faulkner. Faulkner has Austin Long with them. Long playing the point on the power play. Not surprising usually when you have a skilled forward to put him on that point. And now Long gets the pass, near side, brings it in the zone, high slot, drops it off for Senko. Senko looks for the middle, but Snell can't get to it, and the Packers clear it all the way down.
The Panthers have got 13 power play goals on the season, just a minute and counting here on this first one if they want to take advantage of it.
The 69th time the Packers have gone on the penalty kill this season, something their coach said happens way too often. At the point for the Panthers, now it's Snell at the half wall. Snell drops it down to Long. Long gets pushed off the puck. A physical move there by Mitch Fitzgerald.
Sure, lost a stick in the process.
South St. Paul again just clears it out.
Yeah, Fitzgerald, you saw, lost his stick. He's going to have to come off the ice, Matt. You kind of need that tool in your tool belt, don't you, when you're out here on the ice?
Especially if you're on the power play. Can't really score without it. 10 seconds left in the man advantage for the Panthers. They'll try to get one last scoring rush. Getting taken down is Nick Turnquist, and it'll be another penalty on South St. Paul.
I believe it was Billy Marlowe, the junior defender, number 18. We'll have to take a look, and it will be, Matt. It is 18 who will go to the box, and, you know, very early, a couple of mistakes for the Packers that could prove crucial as this first period goes on.
And something I asked Scott Mocco during the pregame, Matt, was, you know, you guys have been outscored 21-6 in first periods this year. What's got to change? And he said they've been trying to come out stronger, but that 2 penalties in the first couple minutes, not really what you want to do when you're trying to have better first periods. So it's a 5-on-4. Here come the Panthers. Puck at the blue line. Here's Rickenbach. Rickenbach goes through the slot. Turnquist can't get it. And now with it was Nystrom behind the net. Nystrom shoots and scores. What an individual effort by Jacob Nystrom. As he was bumped off the puck initially, he gets it back, and then he just tucks it underneath the pad of Amos. His 3rd goal of the season, the sophomore forward.
Excellent shot by Jacob Nystrom, gets the Panther bench going here. The goal comes to 3:36 mark in the first period, and here's one more look at how it happened. You see the battle for the loose puck. Nystrom takes control, kind of around the right side of the goalie for South St. Paul, and puts them up 1-0.
And it's a power play goal for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. So nice to see them hit on the extra man right away. South St. Paul will just dump it into the zone. Taking it back behind his net is Marcus Mulville. And now with it is Roski. Jake Roski, number 20, tries to clear it out. Instead, it's shot on net by Ben Cry and saved there by JT Hershey. First time Hershey's had to do anything in the first 4+ minutes of this hockey game. Let's check out who's hot for the Panthers, Matt. Last 2 games. Nice to see some guys on there.
Yeah, Austin Long, we talked about with 4 goals, Nick Hilo with 3, and Snell with 2. So really, this entire Panther team has been hot for the last couple of games. They need a win tonight, and they're well on pace with an early 1-0 lead here.
Another shot heads towards the goal mouth of JT Hershey. He gobbles it up, and we'll have another face-off in the SLP zone.
You know, Matt, the Panthers have lost 6 of their last 8 games. As you take a look at JT Hershey here, he averages a little over 3 goals a game allowed. But despite the Panthers losing 6 of their last 8, they're on a tear. They beat Robbinsdale Cooper 14-1 earlier this month, and Owatonna 5-2. So they've been putting up some points here the last few games.
Great forecheck by Senko, looking for Donnell, and then with the puck was Long, and how did that not go in? Oh my goodness. Whoever's on the pile there, looks like Senko had a golden opportunity with the goalie down, the puck just outside the blue paint. But the Panthers unable to convert, but they'll have an offensive zone face-up. Long tries to get to it, and right there, Matt, Senko, golden opportunity, but good play defensively by Jake Hill.
Yeah, it looks like Senko did get a little bit of stick on the puck. Grant Amos was at the bottom of that pile, as you mentioned. He is back up and will remain in the game, but not abnormal to see a pile there in front of the net. It's where everybody wants to be.
Packers won the face-off. Petrozewski flipped it up into the neutral zone, where it's taken by Faulkner. Faulkner goes D to D. Well, looks like we're going to have a penalty on Spring Lake Park. We're going to call a hook, and interference probably could have been called as well. And not the guy you want to have go to the box, Austin Long.
Right, I was just going to say, Matt, you're right in my mind. This is a guy you need to have on the ice, and this gives South St. Paul a much-needed opportunity here as they get their first power play chance. Here's one more look at the penalty, and you see Long coming in there. It's likely going to be a hook or interference.
Yeah, I didn't see the hook at the tail end of it. Here's Dan Petrozewski up to his brother Jack. Jack shoots, gets deflected. Is there some traffic in front of JT Hershey? And the Panthers start off their PK solid by clearing it all the way down. Now Jack Petrozewski moves it to his brother Dan. And now it's near side Shenley. Shenley goes down into the near side corner. Bumped off the puck. Good defense there by Hyde. Now Hyde goes after it on the near side half wall, but it's taken by the Packers. Some standing students kind of obstructing our view, but here at the point is Jack Petrozewski. Goes down to Dan. Now Jack Petrozewski shot off the end boards. And that puck cleared up and out by the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
You see the Panthers go to the box here, Austin Long, for the first time this game. They've spent 288 penalty minutes this season so far in the box. Their opponents have spent just 172 minutes there. So Coach talked about it before the game. They've got to be physical, but walk that fine line of not being too physical, and you saw a little bit of it right there.
JT Hershey with a nice glove save on Brendan Shenley, showing it early that his glove hand is strong. So we'll have a face-off to Hershey's blocker side. There's head coach Tom Benson in his 20th season at the helm.
When you've been coaching that long, you know this community very well. You know the players, their families really well. He's a class guy. It's always good to chat with him.
And that's something that we kind of see with the teams that North Metro covers, with Blaine, Centennial, and Spring Lake Park. You look at the Osses at Centennial, Eric Oss, Dave Oss at Blaine. Also here, Tom Benson, a lot of tenured coaches. So they're really getting into communities. Families are pretty much knowing, you know, these coaches who their kids could possibly play for at an early age.
We were fortunate to have some great talent here in the North Metro, and hey, you at home are even more fortunate. You get us to bring it to you right in your living room.
Can never complain about that. Here's Senko behind his own net, knocks down Zach Reichstad. Now Reichstad, a left-handed shot, or right-handed shot, parks in front of the net. Ben Cry with the forehand goes top shelf, and a short-handed goal, rather, a power play goal, excuse me, ties this one up at 1. Cry with the wrist shot, his second of the season for the senior forward. Looked like there's a screen in front, and that was Reichstad setting a great screen in front for Ben Cry.
Here's a look at how it happened. Let's see how JT Hershey misses this one. This is a great shot here from Cry. A defender, it looks like, kind of turned away from it. That was Nick Hyde. Maybe needed to step up there as you watch 14 at the left part of your screen. He got out of the way right here, allowing the goal, top shelf, as you mentioned, Matt. And if you're a Packer fan, you got to be pretty happy to even the score about 8 minutes in here.
Definitely want to, hopefully for the Packers, talking to Coach Scott Mocco, he says he wants his team to have a lead going into the locker room after one period of play. So now the Panthers will try to respond. A good forecheck being put on by South St. Paul, and the Panthers break out of the zone. Breaking out is number 25, Brandon Richards. He'll bring it down low. Chasing after it is Jason Roski. This third line of Fisher, Richards, and Roski for the Panthers. Here come the Packers. That's Nick Chula. He was looking for Cry. Cry trying to get his second goal in the period. And they're going to call interference on the Panthers. It's going to be number 28, Marcus Mulvihill, heading to the box. Not too sure if I like that call.
Well, we'll see if we can take a look at it one more time in the replay. Mulvihill, a captain on this squad, is not happy as he slams the door shut to sit in the penalty box. Let's see one more time here. Watch 24 on your screen, or excuse me, 28.
I mean, if you're a basketball fan, you kind of look at that as acting as a pick. It looked like Mulvihill kind of picked the forward cry in order for his teammate to get the puck.
Nonetheless, it's the second Panther penalty, and just as South St. Paul ties it up, they'll have another opportunity here, up one man.
Dan Petruzewski goes up to the point to Jack Petruzewski. Far side, that's number 4, Jake Hill. The rebound kicked away by Hershey. So Hershey's been on his toes early. Dan Petruzewski near side to Jack. Petruzewski, shot, glove saved by Hershey. And great job there by Hershey, because that puck went through some traffic. Hershey kept his eye on it.
Yeah, he got it in his glove, but this is not an easy save, Matt. Look one more time as it looks like Petruzewski hesitates, then goes. I think he caught everybody off guard, including the defenders, who again need to get down there to help out the goalie, and they haven't done that yet.
Petruzewski gets it at the point. He's the quarterback on this power play. Now goes to the near side, half wall to Dan Petruzewski. Petruzewski up top now. He'll shoot again, and another glove save by Hershey. Bodies tumble as Shenley goes down. Guys exchanging some extracurriculars, and they'll have a full-sail line change for both teams here.
Matt, this is a great game so far. I mean, you see the great save again here. Hyde is there on defense. A little push at the end of the play. Well, 2 pushes at the end of the play there as he gets to stick up on a couple of guys. But these two teams are playing with a lot of intensity.
And a quick shot off the faceoff. Getting the goal is Alec Miller. Looked like it hit Hershey momentarily. And it ends up going in. Alec Miller gets the power play goal, 2 for 2 on the power play for South St. Paul. And they have an early lead here against the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
Here's one more look at it. You'll see that one just kind of dribbles past the Panther goalie. Hershey didn't know what to think. In meantime, Packers celebrate as they take the lead.
2 power play goals in a row give South St. Paul the early lead, but Spring Lake Park fighting back. Richards has it. Fighting with it in the near side corner. It looks like we're going to have a 5-minute penalty on Alec Miller, the goal scorer.
Wow, an interesting turn of events here, Matt. Let's see if we can get the call.
I think we might have a contact to the head penalty.
Miller, just after getting his 9th goal on the year, will go to the box, and this could be a huge penalty.
It's going to be 5 minutes.
Spring Lake Park, or excuse me, against South St. Paul. Yeah, it is 5-minute major. Matt, what do you make of this play here? You see he does get his right shoulder into the head or the helmet of the Panther player who goes down to the ice, and then there's another hit after that. But nonetheless, they're going to be very cautious when it comes to the health of these guys.
Really this year, I've been able to watch a lot of college hockey in the WCHA and out in Hockey East, and they've been at all levels. They've been really cracking down on the hits to the head and that kind of thing. Just, you know, player safety. You see all these concussions in any sport, and you just don't want kids, especially at the high school level, to have to, you know, deal with those early on. As the Panthers with a 5-minute power play move it up. Quick wrist shot there by Skylar Fisher goes wide. Faulkner keeps it in at the point. Glove save, and I think that could have gone off the crossbar as well. Up and into the netting.
Yeah, that was, we had a great angle on it right here, Matt. And we'll see if we can take one more look. The goalie for South St. Paul, Grant Amos, got his mid up there, maybe deflected it, but that one went high into the safety net.
Amos wears the number 1 a la Roberto Luongo. Don't know if he wants his performance to be like Luongo's the other night. But hey, at least he's starting. Luongo's not. That's my diss on Vancouver Canucks for the night, being a Minnesota Wild fan. Here's Hyde bringing it into the zone. Hyde circles around the net. He'll go all the way back to the high slot. Has Senko on the near side. Senko back to Hyde. South St. Paul in a passive box penalty kill. Now up top to Hyde. Hyde looking for long. Pass doesn't connect. Taken by Fitzgerald on the near side, but he can't get it out of the zone. Here's Hyde. Hyde to Senko. Senko has Sinnell down low. He goes to him. Senko on the near side half wall, going to Hyde. Trying to get an opening, and a great play by South St. Paul. Zach Reichstad breaking it up.
Well, it's really tough to kill a 5-minute power play, but they've knocked out nearly half of it here. And if somehow the Packers can kill this power play, it would be huge as the Panthers try to get momentum back in their favor.
Ooh, getting away with a hook there was Nick Jerhoff as he was coming off the bench. Tugged out a jersey, and South St. Paul clears it out once again. Hershey will come out of his net to play it, drop it back for number 17. That was Noah Borman who went down, no call. Thought there could be a tripping, guess not. With it now is Jacob Nystrom, the goal scorer for Spring Lake Park. Nystrom gives it up to Turnquist. Turnquist dumps it in the zone as a Turnquist and Nystrom out there, as well as Jake Kroll. The forward's out right now, and right as I say that, Kroll comes off. Or, never mind, Kroll comes by the bench. Thought he might line change. Instead, Turnquist takes the puck. Turnquist to the center of the ice to Kroll. Kroll has it go off his boot, just knocks it in. And Turnquist gets to it with Kroll. Kroll to the point. That's Rickenbach. Rickenbach and Faulkner, the defenseman right now. 2:13 left on the man advantage. With it is Turnquist, goes behind the net. Back to Kroll, over to Turnquist. Goes up to the point, Faulkner. Faulkner shoots, deflected just wide. Good deflection, right idea by the Panthers. Just went a couple feet wide at the goal mouth. Here's Kroll with it as this forward unit getting a bit gassed. They've been on the ice for a while. Kroll with a quick wrist shot, saved by Amels.
And a big save there too, if nothing else, Matt, just to give these guys a second to breathe. The Panthers kept firing here, a couple of shots on goal here in the last 30 seconds or so, and they really, I think both teams just needed a chance to breathe.
I need a chance to breathe. Ha! Man, just up and down action. So fresh 5 for both teams. As a $1:40 left on the power play for Spring Lake Park. 4 and some change left in the period. Moving it up now. It's Noah Borman. Borman chips it in as a couple of his teammates go to forecheck. Fisher and Luoma in there. Back to the point. Borman keeps it in. Borman with it now in the far side corner. Goes behind the net. Skylar Fisher. Fisher looks in front, but that pass got deflected. Puck goes into the neutral zone where Hyde takes it. Hyde now brings it in himself, carrying it into the zone. Met there by Nick Jerhoff. Jerhoff able to knock the puck away and back to center ice. 57 seconds left on the 5-minute power play. And if you're the Panthers, although it's early in the game, Matt, you need to convert and tie this thing up.
Yeah, you're down 2-0. South St. Paul has all the momentum in their favor, as we mentioned a few moments ago. And to have the one-man edge for 5 minutes and not be able to tie this game up, especially at the end of this first period, could be a killer for the Panthers as they go into the locker room. 9
total penalty minutes for the Packers thus far. Spring Lake Park has not been able to convert on any of the power plays. Their only goals are 5-on-5 by Nystrom. Rickenbach has it near side at the point. His shot deflected by a South St. Paul Packer. Rickenbach gets it back, tries to thread a pass. Instead, it's taken by Brendan Shenley, and he just sends it all the way down.
Austin Long was right there in front of the net, unable to get a shot off the rebound. Unlike him, did not get his stick on puck in that situation.
So the Panthers will bring it up again. Rickenbach sends it up, but Senko was offside. So we'll have a face-off just outside of the zone. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first period of play. 12 seconds left, 13 rather, on the Spring Lake Park power play. There's Gage Rickenbach, the senior D. Look at those penalty minutes. I now know 4 points, 36 penalty minutes, what kind of player he is.
It's easy to tell.
So sometimes you just have to look at the stat line. Tie up at the face-off dot. Taken near side. It's Dustin Anerud. Anerud sends it down low. Devin Snell and South St. Paul. What a kill by the Packers, killing off a 5-minute power play and now turning something offensive with it. As I want to say maybe 2-3 shots, Matt, that Spring Lake Park maybe had in that entire 5 minutes as icing is called.
Right, you know, and they've been outshot tonight. You know, South St. Paul has gotten a few more shots on goal. You know, the Panthers have just 6 in this first period so far. And you talk about how big that penalty kill was, Matt. The Packers are 86.8% on the penalty kill. So something they have excelled at this year. They proved it again there during that major penalty. A big turning point that could be in this game.
Scott Mocco said to me with a slight grin on his face why the penalty kill is so successful. He goes, and you heard it in the pregame, well, we've had a lot of practice. So on the positive, your penalty kill is pretty solid. On the negative, you're going to the box a lot. Here comes Kroll moving up for the Panthers. Good job on the forecheck there by Kroll. Feeds it over to Turnquist, and it goes just wide. Turnquist sneaking as the trailer. Unable to bury that one on a slick feed from Kroll. Now a pass to the middle. No man's land by Jacob Nystrom, and the Packers move it up. That one ends up on net. Hershey comes out of his area to play it. Now Hyde moves it up. Slick moving defenseman goes down. Some fans wanted a trip, but no cigar. Dumping it down low are the Packers. Here's Brendan Shanley. Gets it taken away, and now here comes Spring Lake Park. It's Richards. Richards has Nystrom. Richards shot. Blocker saved by Amels, and the rebound goes to the far side. Now possible numbers for South St. Paul. A shot there by number 16. That's Alec Miller, who has the last goal. His shot had to get kicked away by the right pad of Hershey. Good back and forth action here at the end of the first period. 1 minute left in the opening frame. Skylar Fisher with it now. Chipping it up is Alec Miller. Hershey thinks about playing it. Goes back in his net. Miller with it now on the far side. Back in the Spring Lake Park zone. Behind his own net is Gage Rickenbach. He breaks out, trying to go to Long. The pass doesn't connect. And now Long gets it on a giveaway. Here's Long, left wing side. He has a guy going to the net. That was Snell. They don't connect. And it's flipped up and out of the zone by the Packers. No, wave off icing as Hyde gets hit hard into the near side boards. South St. Paul trying to get a last scoring chance. Puck's loose in the slot. Taken by Senko. He gets taken down. And now with 2 seconds left, Long has to shoot. And the last second shot on goal by Austin Long is saved by Grant Amels.
Matt, a collective sigh in this building as this is an absolutely impressive first period we've seen so far. The Panthers started out with a lot of momentum. They got that first goal, but then the Packers came back and scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. They killed that big 5-minute penalty and look like they are a team to be reckoned with tonight. They come into the game with just 5 wins. The Panthers have got 8. An evenly matched game, though, so far, and a physical one, too, just as both coaches expected.
Scoring started off in this period with the Jacob and Nystrom netting the goal. But we'll give you the rest of the scoring summary when we come back. So 2-1 South St. Paul after 1 period of play. We'll be back with the scoring summary right here on North Metro TV.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta.
Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy.
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy. I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Join Ben Hale every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Back here in intermission at Fogarty Arena, South St. Paul with an early 2-1 lead over the Spring Lake Park Panthers here on North Metro TV. Matt Bishop joined alongside by Matt Johnson. The name's so nice that we'll give you two of them, two Matts here for the broadcast. We got 1-2 back in the truck. We'll talk about him later if we feel like it. But let's get some replays of the scoring summary, and it started off SLP on the board.
Yeah, Jacob Nystrom with his third goal of the season. This is a big one. Came with the 3:36 mark, and then it didn't take long for the Packers to get in the action. Ben Cry with his second of the year tied the game up, and then Alec Miller with his 8th of the season here, coming just 2 minutes later. That made it 2-1. But the story of that first period was this big penalty that we saw here. Boom, the hit to the head by Alec Miller, who had just scored the goal, the 5-minute major, and somehow the Packers killed the penalty, and it kind of killed any momentum the Panthers had early in the game. You see here some struggles for the Panthers, just 8 shots on goal in that opening period.
Yeah, just 8 shots on goal and not a ton of shots on that 5-minute power play for Spring Lake Park. Just 1 for 3 with the man advantage compared to 2 for 2 for South St. Paul. And hey, how about this, man? I mean, obviously different than from the NHL than high school ranks, but would you consider a goal an assist and then a major penalty maybe something like a Gordie Howe hat trick? Because Alec Miller has that in the first period.
Well, all we know is that he's all over the place on the ice, and he's a physical guy. He's got a lot of speed out there.
Yeah.
A key player, certainly, he has been for the South St. Paul Packers tonight. And, you know, we knew it was going to be a physical game coming in, Matt, but we didn't know it would be this good of a game, this close of a game, this fast.
Yeah, and it's one thing, you know, for one team to have the lead at 2-1 right now, like South St. Paul does. But Matt, really, it's although they had the 2-1 lead, it's been even because every time we were going to our right for Spring Lake Park chances, it seems like right away we were going back to the left for South St. Paul chances.
Yeah, the Packers have got 10 shots on goal as opposed to the Panthers 2, so really not a huge difference in that department. Penalties have been about even, 3 penalties for the Packers and just 2 for Spring Lake Park. Still, the Packers have spent more time in the box, but both these teams being physical, both getting a few shots off, both playing some pretty good D. They're quick. It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and I think really both of these teams have a little chip on their shoulders in the sense of, you know, South St. Paul, the coach told me, you know, we're better than what our record shows. Just too many mistakes for South St. Paul this year. We've talked about how many times they've been in the penalty box. They're 5-11-1 on the year. You look at Spring Lake Park, 8-9-0. But what we heard from both coaches, Matt, and as we get deeper into January and February, March around the corner, section play is coming just around the corner. You want to have a good seat. So you know, that's really what these coaches are looking at. We need to have momentum going into sections.
Yeah, the Packers have won just one game in their last 8. The lead here tonight, perhaps they're the underdogs. We'll see as we get ready for the third period. Or second period.
Should be a fun second period. We'll have that next right here on North Metro TV.
Check it out. Oh, that is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
Ooh, yes.
My name is Fran Sorensen. I am an artist. I am an educator, and I have been educating students for 25 years. I am also a collector. I collect salt and pepper shakers. I collect postcards. I collect rocks. And I write on the bottom of all my rocks telling where they're from and who they're from. I love square dancing. I make my own TV shows free at North Metro TV, and I love it.
Get started by signing up for free TV production classes at 763-231-2803 or eric@northmetrotv.com.
Lionel Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lionel Lakes values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lionel Lakes.
Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with an SD deficiency? Do you feel that you're missing out on the fun of high school sports coverage? Then take a weekly dose of Sports Den on North Metro 15. You'll be updated with highlights and analysis of your local schools.
Check out that timing. Puck drop for the second period, won by Spring Lake Park. Hyde takes it on the right wing side. Panthers now going right to left on your television screen. The South St. Paul Packers going left to right by process of elimination here at Fogarty Arena. Good forecheck there by the Panthers as period starts off with a big hit. And with it now for South St. Paul is Nick Jerhoff, and he gets a quick shot on. Now fighting for it is Austin Long and Jerhoff. Puck battle won behind the net. And now taken by Senko. Senko loses it to Petraszewski, who puts a shot on. That's kicked away by Hershey. Now the Panthers with numbers. Senko goes blocker side, but misses the net. Energy right away here, Matt, from both teams.
Well, yeah, they come out of the locker room with intensity, as they did at the beginning of the game. Austin Long among the Panthers, flying all over the ice.
Alec Miller on the ice now for South St. Paul. He wears number 16, right to the side of the puck there. Had a big first period with a goal and assist in a 5-minute major. Now he has it behind the net, gets bumped off the puck by number 22. That's Gage Rickenbeck. He's been busy today. Panthers try to move it up, gets knocked down, and now here's a long pass to Turnquist. 2-on-1, Turnquist, Nystrom, saved by Amels. As Nystrom lost the handle on it, Amels sprawled out.
Well, and you say sprawled out, that's the perfect way to describe it, Matt. He really had to lay out in order to get in front of the puck. Excellent job by Amels. Kind of a lucky save. When you put your body in front of it, good things will happen.
Shot from the point by Hill goes into the shin guard of Kroll. And then South St. Paul sends it down low. A tip in front by Reichstadt rather. He can't get to it, and here comes Nystrom. He had Kroll up front. Kroll had a take along the blue line to touch up, and the Panthers don't get a scoring chance. Now trying to move it around Richards was Cameron Buell. And here taking it is Petrozewski. Petrozewski, wrist shot. Deflected off the blocker up into the netting. And we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Hershey, who's been busy right away. Amels has been busy right away. Hopefully both goalies got enough rest because they had no time to rest once they got back on the ice.
Petrozewski making quick work there of the Panther defenders, leaving all the work to the goalie, J.T. Hershey. Fortunately, was able to make a stop.
Petrozewski sent it towards the net, hit a body in front and kind of fluttered. As with it now behind the net is Dustin Anerud. Gives it to Skylar Fisher, and Fisher tries to move it up for Richards. Gets knocked back. Here's Fisher now. He'll skate back to his center position as Richards moves it up. Richards on the line with Jason Roski and Skylar Fisher. Well, the stoppage of play with 14:07 left in the second period.
Yeah, and a pretty good start to the period by both teams. The Panthers with a shot on goal and the Packers with 2. Here's a look at what's coming up for Spring Lake Park. You can see they've won 2 straight. They've got St. Louis Park, and then they go to Irondale to round out the month of January.
And you look at those 3 losses before the 2-game win streak, with the exception of Totino, where they lost 4-0, a 1-goal, 2-goal game. So even though they didn't get the W in the win column, still played very, very competitive hockey.
You can tell both of these teams have got some talent. It's on display tonight. You feel like you're watching the top 2 teams in the state the way they're playing.
Great defense by Mitch Fitzgerald of the Packers, deflecting a centering pass that Spring Lake Park tried to get. As now it's back in the SLP zone. SLP versus SSP. Hopefully that won't get confusing. As it's knocked back in the Panther zone, here's Hyde with it. He's been very active. Hyde gets his pocket picked by Miller. Miller trying to get his 2nd goal of the game. Dishes it off to Wisniewski. But Wisniewski unable to get a scoring chance. It's knocked down by Shanley. Shanley gets it taken away. Here's Austin Long, the right-handed shot. Moves it up the right wing side. Shot by Sennell. Just went wide. Sennell shows he's got a pretty twisted wrister there. As Long will head to the box for cross-checking, and it'll be another power play for South St. Paul.
Yes, and the Panthers coming out here in the first few minutes of the second period. A mistake there. Austin Long is a freshman. That's something he'll learn from, Matt. You can't do that. It's going to set South St. Paul up. Down here for the faceoff in the Panther zone, up a goal.
South St. Paul, 2 power play goals thus far. One by Ben Cry, another by Alec Miller. They try to get another one there off the stick of Jake Hill on a point shot. That one heads into the glove of J.T. Hershey, the 6'4" junior goaltender. You mentioned tall goalies. Look at Pekka Rene from Nashville. Also Anders Lindbach, who now plays for the Lightning but did play for Nashville.
Any of them as tall as Matt Bishop?
Both 6'6".
Okay.
Both same height
yes.
as me. As Hershey has to make another save. Tell you what, though, I am not flexible enough to be a goalie. As here's Turnquist, wrist shot goes wide. Nystrom and Turnquist on the penalty kill. But you put me on a broomball rink, Matt, I am like a brick wall.
We'll have to do that.
Unstoppable.
We'll have to do that.
Long pass into the Panthers zone as they do the smart thing and just send it right back as Noah Barman, who started this game on defense, was out there to start it for the Panthers. Now here in a critical situation as it's pickpocketed by Nystrom. Nystrom shot sticked away by Amels. As the Panthers trying to close the gap in shots on goal unofficially, 13-11 in favor of South St. Paul. Alec Miller now skates it into the zone, goes to the middle, to his backhand, tries to put it on net. Hershey stayed at his post and was able to knock it away. Now a puck battle in the corner won by Alec Miller of the Packers. Miller drops it off to Cameron Buell. Buell looks in front. Shot tried to be tipped by Reichstadt. And it's held onto by JT Hershey.
Those last 2 shots on goal for South St. Paul. The Panthers finally getting some help on defense. Noah Borman, number 17, entered your screen a couple of times, helping out on D. It's some help that Hershey's needed. So far this game, he hasn't gotten a lot from his defense.
Critical face-off win for Spring Lake Park as they win the face-off and send it down into the Packer end of things. Great move by Senko. Senko goes to his backhand. He'll now switch to his forehand and just chip it down alongside. As Packers move the puck back up, Miller will just toss it in and go out for a change. That's going to do it for the power play. Coming out of the box is Austin Long, and he'll stick on the ice and go in on the forecheck. Senko puts a body on a Packer on the near side, and now Long with it on the far side. High slot goes in the middle to Senko. Senko to his forehand, tries to slide it in, but it just goes wide. Now Long with it in the slot, backhand shot, save Amels, and now it's covered up by a Packer. They don't blow a whistle, should have been a penalty, and now they score. Austin Long with the goal, and he goes to the student section for Spring Lake Park, and he's tied this one up 2-2. Persistence pays off. Austin Long, and that's the second goal of the game for Spring Lake Park.
Yes, and it ties the game up. More importantly here, let's take one more look. You'll see the net comes out just after the puck goes through, crosses that line. You'll see right there, as you mentioned, the Packers cover it up, no whistle. Long fights for the puck. His teammate gets it, he gets it back. The shot and the goal off the post, I believe.
Quickly, South St. Paul's Petrozewski has a shot on the near side, but yeah, let's look at this replay. I think it'll be an unassisted goal as well, because Long went and got that one. This guy is a goal-scoring machine, his 18th of the season.
Impressive.
Back underway here, Petrozewski, and that's going to be stoppage as Skylar Fisher played it with the high stick. Austin Long on a line with Pete Senko and Devin Snell. The top line that was out there at the start of this game.
We talked about the fact the Panthers have been skating with St. Louis Blues center David Backus, a former Panther player himself. He describes Austin Long as a great puck handler and a hard worker, compares him to his fellow teammate on the Blues, TJ Oshie. Perhaps some NHL talent in the making here with the young Austin Long.
Maybe it's because TJ Oshie went to the University of North Dakota and I went to St. Cloud State, but I like that comparison from a skill point of view. But I hope he's not a jerk like TJ Oshie kind of had a rap for in college. It's not me calling TJ Oshie a jerk, it's the rap he had in college among the WCHA. 2-2 is the score, 9:35 left, but hey, if you get compared to a guy who's a top line forward in TJ Oshie, that's nice. Richards now with it. Tries to go to Nystrom on the far side, on the near side rather. Pass got deflected with the now is Hyde. Over to Borman. Borman, a left-handed shot, tries to send the puck down low. It's deflected all the way to the far side half wall where Hyde keeps it in play. Kroll with some stick handling there, but unable to keep it in the zone. Borman and Hyde will have to race back. Nick Hyde, the sophomore defenseman, stands at 6'2". Very good size. There's a big collision in the middle. Kroll is shaken up and he'll have to head off. Get looked at by a trainer. Reichstad picks the pocket of Borman. Puck rolls all the way onto JT Hershey's mitt. And he covers up and will face off in the Panther zone.
Devin Snell comes into the game to replace Kroll, who you mentioned came off the ice. A hard hit we saw at center ice. Oh, the big face-off here is the recent stud, Austin Long, will take the face-off.
Wrist shot for the Packers. That was Fitzgerald. Tried to go top shelf for Mama Hyde's defenseman. Sorry, they're still hidden as he was not able to make that. Now a long pass out to Long. Unable to connect, and that will be an icing call. We'll head back the other way to our right of our broadcast location and do it all over again.
You know, Matt, also interesting looking here, the shots on goal even 5-5 in this second period. So the Panthers getting a few more good looks. You saw the goal they had. They're going to have to keep up that offensive push if they want to get the lead in this game.
Long down in the offensive zone with Snell. Snell has the puck. Gets double teamed by a couple of Packers. Puck goes out now, and Faulkner unable to keep it in the zone. Decides to target a referee on the far side. Panthers have to touch up, and now they'll start the rush once again. Brendan Shanley sends it down. Great forecheck, pickpocket by Long. He has Senko. Back to Snell, looking for Senko. And the pass doesn't connect. 2-on-2 the other way. Shanley puts the shot on, and a glove save by Hershey.
That back and forth, Matt, just continues. Grant Amos on the other side of the ice here for the Packers. Had to kind of dive for that last save, making a great effort, but then just seconds later you see JT Hershey making a great save. So here we go. A lot of hockey to play.
Face off to our right, won by Spring Lake Park, and they flip it up and out. Now in front of the Panther bench, here comes South St. Paul. That's Dan Petraszewski, gets tangled up. Bray hits the post. Cry rather hits the post. A goalie's best friend as it rings the iron. That was kind of a broken play as a big hit put on by Petraszewski as Skylar Fisher had the puck and kind of got hit in the back as he was turning to make a play. Now Panthers trying to move it up. Backhanded ahead to center ice, but knocked back in by Petraszewski. Hershey will stop it and lay it back behind his own net for Marcus Mulvihill. Mulvihill sends it down. Richards is there on the forecheck, but he's at the end of his shift, so he'll head off. Here come the Packers. Drop pass. Nobody there. A couple players go down. The puck goes up and into the stands here at Fogarty Arena. Souvenir for that guy going to get it. Let's check out the replay of what is, Matt, a goalie's best friend.
Yeah, look just how close this one gets. Center of your screen, I believe it's going to hit the crossbar. As you can see in slow motion, the puck comes up just over the left hand and off the crossbar, inches away, if even that, from a South St. Paul goal.
Funny thing with that is Ben Cry was the guy who shot that puck. The goal that he scored in the first period, exact same spot, top shelf, glove side, where Mama hides the Thin Mints. It is almost Girl Scout cookie season. Thought it was relevant. That shot goes off the side of the net by Cameron Buell. Whoa, we have an intermission on the way, and the snack stand is right there. So just hold on tight. Kept in by the Packers. Kroll takes it in his own zone. Hershey, the goalie, sending out instructions to his teammates. Here's Kroll crossing the logo at center ice. Now goes to his forehand. What a move. Shot blocker saved by Amel. And it's knocked all the way back. It's going to be icing. So after Hershey gets helped out by the post, on the other side, Grant Amels has to use that big waffle board on his right hand. Watch this play by Kroll.
The Panthers are doing a great job of putting the pressure on here. You see Kroll gets a good shot, but no Panther there for the rebound opportunity, and a couple of Packers in the picture. The Panthers have got to do a better job at getting second chance shots.
Face-off won momentarily by the Panthers, but now taken by the Packers. Jerhoff tries to do a little 1-on-3 attempt at a scoring chance, but nothing doing. With it now is Nystrom. He sends it ahead to Snell. Now Long chasing after it. Here comes Dan Petraszewski. Petraszewski's shot goes off Faulkner's shin pad. Gets his own rebound, but sends it wide. Far corner is Cry. Cry to Jake Petraszewski. Hard shot and a kick save and a beauty by JT Hershey. Now a chance for Long. Long tries to go top cheese, and it's just too high. Anarud had the puck come all the way to him, tried to put a shot on, but it didn't reach the net. With it now is Mulvihill. Him and Anarud a deep pair. top line for Spring Lake Park will head off onto the bench. Got a line change here. As we go back down to our right, Spring Lake Park zone. Here's Annerud. With 24, Dustin Annerud. Gives it up. Now a deflection off of Annerud's shin guard. And it's unable to be chipped out. Now it's chipped out by Spring Lake Park Loma. Loma and Richards tried to get something going. Now a backhand shot by Shanley. Gets kick saved by Hershey. Hershey got down and just kicked that away with his left pad. Far side as you're watching Spring Lake Park in South St. Paul here on North Metro TV. About to hit the 4-minute mark of the second period. Both teams having a lot of quick shifts as a long home run pass doesn't connect, intended for Richards. And we'll have a face-off all the way back to our right in the Spring Lake Park zone.
Matt, I've seen a lot of high school hockey this season, and you know, I have not seen two teams want a game as bad as you can tell both of these two want it. They both need it badly too, as we mentioned. They're both you know, near the middle or bottom of their respective conference standings. Both teams looking like they are hungry for a win tonight.
Puck rolls on to the net by Reichstad. Hershey just covers it up. Good defense there by Faulkner and by Snell rather. And you talk about it, Matt, you mentioned conference standings, but also in the sections. I believe they're in the same section, so it's a matter of, do you want to be on one side of the section bracket or the other side of the bracket? The record's going to depend on that. How, especially any tiebreaker, it's how you do against section opponents. As Amels thinks about playing it, but leaves it back for Max Olerkin. Olerkin has to retreat, but now Petrozewski on the far side. He's been logging a lot of minutes. Two guys I've really enjoyed watching in this game, Matt, and I'm sure you have too. And add, if you like, is number 19 in brown and then number 14 in white. As Petrozewski and Hyde, kind of the go-to defensemen for their respective teams. Wrist shot by Cry is gloved by Hershey.
And they're both names that we've been mentioning a lot tonight just because of how fast they are out there on the ice. They seem to get in on almost every play, but you know, they are very similar type players as we're seeing out there on the ice, how they get to the puck and try to make a play every time.
Check out this latest glove save. Ba-da-bum-bum-ba, he's gloving it. I had to do it.
You're still making me hungry. Stop that.
Face-off win by the Panthers. Senko moves it over to Snell. Snell crosses the logo into the zone, sends it to the net. Amels sticks it away. Senko with the rebound, tries to bounce it off of Amels back into the net, and it's cleared out. Sam Faulkner moves it up to Senko. Senko gets it taken away. A little dipsy-do move there by Fitzgerald. Sharp angle, puts a shot on, goes off the side of the net, it looked like. Fitzgerald staying with the play, however. Knocked out of the zone by the Panthers. And they take it at center ice. Big howitzer there from number 22, Gage Rickenbach. A big check put on in front of the Panther bench, and it's going to be a penalty on South St. Paul. See what they call here.
A skate that has come off for somebody as well. And it's going to be a penalty on Spring Lake Park. And another power play opportunity here for South St. Paul. Skylar Fisher will
head
sit down, I believe.
To the box, it looks like, or at least he's going that general direction.
The officials will talk it over now. See if they make sure they got the right player.
Petrozewski's out there to chat with an official. Usually you see both captains meet, but haven't seen a captain for Spring Lake Park head that way. Now Skylar Fisher is going over there. Fisher gets a word from the referee and then skates back to the bench.
See if we can see what happens here on the replay.
Trying to think, it happened by that St. Cloud, that Spring Lake Park bench.
You see a hit there.
And it was 22.
Yeah.
That's Fitzgerald. Just ran into Long. It looked at, it's my friend Justin over here pointing out, probably a charging as Austin Long went into his own bench. So the penalty is going to be on South St. Paul. And number 12 for the Packers, Tommy Wisniewski is going to the bench. He's going in the penalty box.
Let's see, Matt, if we can see. Number 12 wasn't even in the picture.
Wisniewski wasn't anywhere near the play, and they have him in the sin bin right now. I didn't, you know, the only question I'd have other than that would be, you know, did 22 Fitzgerald get it kicked out of the game, and then is Wisniewski just serving for him? But as far as I see, Fitzgerald's right underneath us here from our broadcast location. So it's a power play for the Spring Lake Park Panthers, which they desperately need to convert on to break this tie. Good start on the penalty kill by the Packers as Hershey with kind of a lazy play behind his own net. Two minutes for an elbow. Now as Panthers move it down low. Mets working through his stick. No call as Snell gets a give and go from Long. Backhand save. And the Bucks in the near side corner. Pat Cry just winds and fires and sends it all the way down. Ben Cry, excuse me, a $1:15 left on the power play for Spring Lake Park as Nick Hyde went down hard behind his own net.
Yeah, it looks like he just tripped, Matt, and went hard into the boards. Was slow getting up, but he's back in action.
Here comes Senko on the left wing side. Senko has it, coming up on the half wall. Goes off the boards behind the net. Looks like that puck went up on the back of the net, so we'll have a stoppage in play. Senko for Spring Lake Park, one of 3 Panthers with 20+ points this season. Austin Long with 28, Senko with 23, Devin Snell with 20. Not a bad first line, combining for almost 70 points.
And Mitch Fitzgerald, who we thought committed the penalty earlier, is back in the game now, Matt.
Offside is the call as Reichstadt touched the puck before Alec Miller could get back on sides. 29 seconds left in the period, 34 on the power play. So unless SLP converts before the end of the frame, they'll have 5 seconds of 5-on-4 going into the third period. Now bringing it in is Rickenbach. Rickenbach looks to center it. Nobody there. Here's Nystrom. Nystrom has Turnquist with him. Turnquist with it now. Gets it poked away by Miller. What a game Alec Miller has been having. All facets. What a save by Amos. As somebody just got stone cold robbed for the Spring Lake Park Panthers on a nice crossing pass. As Fitzgerald having some words with Nystrom and Richards.
Well, Fitzgerald's got a smile on his face, but
probably because he knows he should be in the penalty box right now.
Well, he does, and he's back out on the ice, but watch closely here. I believe a Panther, after the play, also gets a little bit physical here. You see somebody get pushed, the Panther falls on top of him, and then you see a fist kind of fly. Nobody seriously injured or anything at all. They're going to break it up pretty quickly, though, and Fitzgerald looks guilty, doesn't he?
How's Richards, who had the opportunity? He still looks guilty. Look at him there on the bench. How dare you be cool with your buddies serving your penalty? With all the hoopla that just happened, we didn't even realize there was about 3 seconds left in the period. So it will be 6 seconds of power play time for the Spring Lake Park Panthers, which will be critical in a 2-2 game as the Packers out to congratulate their goalie on a good period of play, and the referees making sure that no extracurriculars go on during that time as well. 2-2 is the score. Second intermission coming up. We'll get you the scoring summary when we come back on North Metro 15.
Known Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta.
Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly Blade. We buy gold at your exchange.
Back here at Fogarty Arena, second intermission. Matt Bishop joined alongside by Matt Johnson. Let's get you a look at the lone goal, just one of them scored in the second period of play. And he may be a freshman, but Austin Long, how about that work ethic right there?
Yeah, just 14 years old. Gets his 18th goal of the season, assisted by Senko and Taylor. That one came 6.5 minutes in. Austin Long finally gets a goal. You can tell all night he's been fired up, and he celebrated in the student section after getting the goal that tied this game up. That could be another key moment in this game. There have been several, Matt, through the second period.
Several, definitely. Let's look at the scoring summary, or the game summary, rather. Pretty even throughout. Let's update you on that shots on goal. It's 20-17 in favor of South St. Paul. And then the Panthers, of course, with 17. Power plays, Matt, is what we've seen. 2 for 3 for South St. Paul. Spring Lake Park is on their 4th currently, and the Panthers have had chances with the man advantage, but they would like to convert a bit more.
Yeah, a game that we've seen 7 penalties. It really tells you, and that's through just 2 periods, just how physical both of these teams are, just how badly each of them needs this game. 11 penalty minutes for Packers and 6 for Panthers.
Well, at Spring Lake Park, we talked about the guy that was skating with them during the lockout. Check out, David Backus information, the St. Louis Blue forward. We thought we'd pull out some stats for you. In 3 years of high school hockey, 179 points here for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. He goes to play college at Minnesota State Mankato, another 119 points. And then so far for the St. Louis Blues, 272 points in 6 years, an NHL All-Star, an Olympic silver medalist back in 01-02, a Mr. Hockey finalist, a finalist for the Selke last year. And he's one of those forwards you love to watch because he can score goals, Matt, but he's not afraid to throw his body around. A great defensive forward.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Tom Benson just about what it's like when he's on the ice with these Panthers. For these young guys to skate with him as they did during the lockout, it shows them some leadership, a guy that has been successful in a program that has been successful. And these guys, I can tell you, love working with him, and it's great to see him be a success in the NHL.
In case you're wondering, the Blues take on the Blackhawks in Chicago tonight. So far, the Blues 2-0. Backus with 1 assist on the season. We'll step aside when we come back. It'll be the 3rd period. South St. Paul 2, Spring Lake Park 2. We're watching some high school hockey on North Metro 15.
is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
Ooh, yes.
My name is Fran Sorensen. I am an artist. I am an educator, and I have been educating students for 25 years. I am also a collector. I collect salt and pepper shakers. I collect postcards. I collect rocks. And I write on the bottom of all my rocks telling where they're from and who they're from. I love square dancing. I make my own TV shows free at North Metro TV, and I love it.
Get started by signing up for free TV production classes at 763-231-2803 or eric@northmetrotv.com.
Lino Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lino Lakes values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lino Lakes.
Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with an SD deficiency? Do you feel that you're missing out on the fun of high school sports coverage? Then take a weekly dose of Sports Den on North Metro 15. You'll be updated with highlights and analysis of your local schools, Blaine, Centennial, and Spring Lake Park. Warning, taking Sports Den may increase levels of adrenaline, resulting in cheering, applause, and high fives. Milder side effects may include a desire to see yourself on Sports Den, and in rare circumstances, answering trivia questions and winning t-shirts.
Sports Den worked for me. Ask your coaches if it can work for you.
Come to Ham Lake and see how good life can be. Conveniently located only 20 miles north of the Twin Cities on Highway 65, yet Ham Lake has kept its rural charm. Residents of Ham Lake enjoy 1-acre minimum lots, giving you space to live with abundant natural green spaces and recreational activities like boating, fishing, golf, disc golf, camping and playgrounds, and tons of seasonal fun all year round. Ham Lake is home to one of the top school districts with consistent high scores in standardized testing and community ratings. Ham Lake is a business-friendly city and willing to work with businesses and developers of all sizes. Whether you are just starting out or looking to grow, Ham Lake has the business opportunities you've been waiting for. Life in Ham Lake moves a little slower, and that's the way we like it. Ham Lake offers space to live, to grow, and space to relax. Come visit Ham Lake and see for yourself what you are missing. Ham Lake is convenient country living.
Fogarty Arena getting set for the third period of play between South St. Paul and Spring Lake Park. Fans using the intermission to grab some munchies, whether it be popcorn or my personal favorite, a hot pretzel.
They've also got great cheese hot dogs here.
Look at Fogarty Arena. You know you've been here too often when you think the cheese hot dogs are the best thing ever. Spring Lake Park was on the power play for 6 seconds, but that expired as Nick Hyde, showing no ill effects of a tumble he took in the latter part of the second period, is handling the puck in his own zone. Snell sends it over to Noah Borman. Borman sends it up to Senko. Senko, left wing side, tries to toe Drake, gets it knocked away. Austin Long tried to cycle, but it got knocked back out. Moving the puck ahead is Faulkner. First line gets a quick line change for Spring Lake Park, with the exception of Senko and Donnell. They're still out there. And just as I say that, they head off to the bench for a change, and here come the Packers of South St. Paul. Out of the Classic Suburban Conference, which actually produced a state finalist last year. It wasn't South St. Paul. That's the sad part for them. Hill Murray was in the state championship last year. They play in the Suburban, Classic Suburban. Now Alec Miller looking in front. Nobody there, and Shanley maybe could have had an open net, but he got tied up by some great defense by Kroll. Back to the blue line. It's Hill. Hill puts a shot on. Hershey may have got a piece of it. And it's back in the South St. Paul zone, but it'll be an icing. Hill Murray, Matt, in that state title game. Don't think they want to remember it either, because Grant Bessie went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on them. 5 goals in the state championship game by the Benil St. Margaret Red Knight.
Who doesn't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
In just everyday life.
Only you, Matt Bishop. Only you.
Fisher sends it up into the Packers zone on the forecheck. He gets knocked down from behind. No call. Packers Dave Petrozewski moves it back, but Roski sends it on net. Tried to cover it up, and now a pass in front. Bradford couldn't bury it. Brandon Richards couldn't bury it.
Amels got out of his position in the net there, and it nearly cost him as the Panthers just about had a rebound goal.
Now a turnover at center ice. Taking it for the Packers is Cameron Buell. Buell drops it back for Nick Chula. Haven't said his name that much. Here's Reichstadt. Reichstadt sends it ahead. Gets deflected. Richards thought about it. Instead, he'll go off for a fresh set of skates. South St. Paul dumps it all the way down. Icing waved out. Here's Nick Hyde. Hyde plays it off the end boards. And now Hershey pokes at it. Almost loses his flipper there. As South St. Paul doing a good job on the forecheck. Packers try to keep it in. They do, courtesy the stick of Billy Marlowe. Haven't said his name at all. A couple of people taken down. The refs want something. Senko has to hold up going into the zone. As it looked like the Packers get away with an offsides. As bringing it in deep is Nick Chula. Nick Chula, you don't say his name for 2 periods, and then he gets the puck every possession here in the third.
Austin Long may have gotten away with one there too, Matt. Looks like he laid a hit on him.
Here's
Packer.
Jack Petrozewski. We'll let you guess at home how to spell Petrozewski, and then we'll tell you. Miller just a step ahead of the blue line. And it's an offside. That guy has been busy so far, JT Hershey.
Yeah, Hershey certainly has. You know, he has been busy all night long.
Oh, look at that hit.
That's
Austin
the one Long got away with.
As long as he didn't kill him or injure him, it's a good hit in open ice. Got to skate with your head up. Of course, I picked the 2 most extreme cases for a penalty being called. If he ties. Turnover in their own zone. The Packers being careless with the puck. Turnquist. That's a hockey name, Turnquist. Gives it off to Kroll. Turnquist backhand. Amels makes the save. Rebound opportunity for Kroll. What a stick lift by Alec Miller. And we're going to have a penalty. And we'll see who goes to the box. Isn't this fitting, Matt? Fitzgerald heading to the sin bin.
This time he
for the first time, really should be the second time.
I think he owes a couple minutes in the box, but nonetheless, this time, that little grin not on his face anymore, Matt.
Long, Snell, Senko, Hyde, and Faulkner, the defense, or Borman rather, as debris flies from the ceiling of Fogarty Arena. As that shot got deflected. Fitzgerald, by the way, 2 minutes for high sticking.
Have we not had everything in this game, Matt? We've had everything in this game.
And they're going to pick up that debris. Asbestos, probably not the best thing to have in the air.
Wow.
You know what? As we'll kind of see it again here. Good job by Cry to get his stick in the shooting lane. So I've broadcasted in a lot of arenas, the XL Energy Center, Ralph Engelstead Arena, Fogarty. It's something I've never seen, the puck hitting the roof. I can't believe I just had Fogarty in the same sentence as the Ralph and the X. But they're all hockey arenas that display the sport I love, so we'll go with it. Here's Borman on the left wing side as minute 30 left in the power play. Long sends it deep. Senko trying to get there. South St. Paul clears it out. Nick Jerhoff with it. You like to see that if you're the Packers, Matt, by the defensemen. Don't try to be too cute with the puck in their own zone. Just send it out.
While the Panthers have scored on one power play tonight, they have got to take advantage of an opportunity here in a tie game with 12 minutes left. This is a clutch moment for the Panthers, and they have yet to step up.
Panthers unable to gain any offensive zone, just consistency as far as keeping the puck in the zone and moving it around. It's bring it in, dump it in, and it gets taken back out. Hyde tries to change that trend as he shoots it off of a Packers shin guard. It goes wide and then is cleared all the way down. Here's Brendan Shanley shorthanded. He's skated back into neutral ice. He'll get taken down, no call. And Jake Nystrom brings it back the other way. Nystrom with a head of steam gets it taken down. Now that puck shot off the, looked like the pads of Rickenbach and into the South St. Paul bench. Look out below if you're that coach. No bucket on his head, but he's okay. Look at Jacob Nystrom this year. 2 goals, 10 apples, 12 assists on the season. Shown some saucy paws so far in this game. Dumped in. Now Spring Lake Park, and Rickenbach would have liked to maybe see him control that a bit and try to cycle it down. Instead he shot it towards the net, and here goes Spring Lake Park just back to chip it in and try to get a chase, and another unsuccessful power play for the Panthers. I think that's 1 for 5 now, Matt.
It is. Fitzgerald out of the box. He'll sit briefly on the Packer bench. We're likely to see him back out there on the ice soon. And boy, when he's out there, he is a physical player, as we saw moments ago.
1 for 5, pretty much where the Panthers are in the season, clicking at 21.6%. So not a horrible percentage, but in a tie game, you need to convert when the defense makes mistakes. Here come the Panthers across center ice. Nice little dangle there by Richards. Brandon Richards moves it down low. He's been active all game long. Packers move it to the near side. That's set high off the glass by Petruzewski, rather. Remember, if you can spell Petruzewski, keep that written down, and then we'll tell you how it's actually spelled at some point. Icing waved off. Here's to Snell. Snell gives it to Long. Long and Snell playing catch behind. Great back and forth move by Long to shed himself of a defender. But then his pass to the point gets past Marcus Mulvihill. Tough break there for the Panthers. Now with it behind his own net is Mulvihill. He'll move it left wing side to Senko. Senko gives it off to Anarud. Senko kind of held up the puck back in the neutral zone. Jack Petruzewski sends it down low and goes out for a line change. Moving it out of his own zone is Anarud. He sends it up, not onto the tape of a Panther. Instead, here come the Packers once again. Wrist shot there by Cameron Buell is kicked away by Hershey. No really dynamite scoring chances for both teams in the past number of minutes, Matt, but they have been able to get some shots on goal.
They have a couple of good shots on goal here, but as you say, yeah, not a lot of real great chances. And as this game wears on, it'll be interesting to see who has more energy and more discipline. Coach Tom Benson of the Panthers saying that 5-on-5 is good for them. He feels like they have the advantage, and here it is.
Nick Hyde goes coast to coast, forehand to backhand, goes back to his forehand and shouts it where Mama hides the Thin Mints. 3-2 Panthers. They take the lead with 8:31 left in the third period. Nick Hyde's 8th goal of the year.
Nick Hyde is a player who is a great defender. He's got 3 goals in his last 3 games. Make it 4 in the last 4 games with this one. Hyde, you can see, nice wrist shot. As you say, top right portion of the net. Hyde gives the Panthers a crucial lead midway through the third and final period.
Second goal that we've seen where the shooters decided to test the goalie by going top shelf. Hyde goal is unassisted. Maybe that's what the Panthers needed. We don't want to be on the power play. Let's just play 5-on-5.
Well, yeah, what I was in the middle of saying right there before they scored that quick goal is that Coach Benson said they feel like they're even better on the 5-on-5. He says because they are a deeper team than the Packers.
Yeah, not a lot of teams that you see in high school hockey that roll 4 lines. Tom Benson gave us the lines 4 lines deep compared to us. That shot goes on net and they score. A harmless shot by Ben Cry. Initially saved by Hershey. It kind of knuckled off of his stick and fell straight back across the goal line. As it looks like actually Petrozewski leads the line through the bench.
Look one more time
here. It was Ben Cry.
Look at a hard slap shot. It just bounces, gets away from Hershey. He turns around and shakes his stick at it, and he is going to lay there for a few seconds in disbelief. He just couldn't figure out how that one got past him. Flicked up in the air. As soon as he saw it, it was just too late to get the stick on it. A huge goal for the Packers to tie the game back up within a minute of the Panther goal.
And the Packers another great chance on a sharp angle shot by Alec Miller that was deflected and sat outside of the blue paint. Here come the Packers once again. Wrist shot there by Wisniewski. Just goes wide, and the Packers onslaught continues. Here's Miller. Miller with a multi-point game. Now Cry with a multi-point game. As Cry's goal for South St. Paul, his second of the contest. It'll be an icing call, and we'll go the other way.
And the Billy Marlowe is going to get the assist on the Cry goal. Marlowe on the assist on the Cry goal. And you know, the Packers, Matt, did not waste any time answering the Panther goal. And here we are again, just 2 minutes removed from a 2-2 game. We sit at 3-3.
Face-off win by the Panthers. Here's Snell charging up, looking for Austin Long, who goes down on the centering attempt. And Arud, right in front of the penalty boxes, sends it back in. Amholz plays it behind his net. Over to Jake Hill, who has a C on his sweater. Keeping it in his Senko. Now Snell, great pass along. Long shoots, and it just goes high. Senko, great stick handling there to win that battle. Puck goes out to the point. Here's Mulvihill. Hill goes in front, looking for Snell. Snell goes to Long, and Long nets it to make it 4-3.
That is what we know Austin Long can do as he celebrates his second goal of the night and his 19th on the season. 3 goals in as many minutes we've seen here, Matt Bishop, and the Panthers take the lead right back. Here's how they did it.
Snell should get the initial assist. You saw him just toss it to Long, and I don't think Amholz, the goaltender, even noticed Long. Long kind of came out of nowhere as the defensemen are all focused on the puck and nobody to mark Long, and can't leave a guy like that open. Another long shot. This time Hershey makes sure to keep it in control. As the Panthers in their home whites take a 4-3 lead.
The assist does go to Devin Snell, so a great job of getting that puck out to Long, and the Panthers take the lead. Long looking like that player that perhaps, we'll give him the high expectations, could be going to the NHL if he keeps it up.
Definitely will be a hot commodity in USHL entry drafts by the way he's playing. Of course, the USHL, one of the primary avenues for kids before they either go to the NHL or to college hockey. David Backus, when he played for Spring Lake Park, played a couple of years in the USHL in 2001, 2002, 2002, 2003 with Chicago and Lincoln. It's called research, Matt Johnson.
Hey, good stuff. It's good to see these local guys be so successful. Minnesota, of course, some of the best hockey you're going to see in the country. And no better place to watch high school hockey than right here.
Without question, a howitzer of a shot put on by Nick Chula, but it goes wide. And now here comes a centering pass. Shot by Wisniewski goes wide as he gets plunked after his shot. Now back to the point, Reynolds. Reynolds shot off the side of a skate. Patrick Luoma now racing up for it. And icing will be the call. And, speaking of that, Matt, we just got, a couple days removed from Hockey Day, Minnesota. Saw Egan play Hibbing outside, and then the doozy was Grand Rapids and Benilde in absolutely, utterly horrible conditions. 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, snow. It was cold. I was cold inside watching it, but Hockey Day, Minnesota, even outside you see top-notch high school hockey. And, talking to hockey media people I know from my time, in St. Cloud and throughout everywhere, everybody is impressed with Minnesota high school hockey, and tonight's a great reason why.
Indeed, also good to see, obviously during Hockey Day, the Wild come back in the NHL, and great to see the lockout end, and fans across the state and across the country excited to have hockey back.
It's like Christmas all over again when they announced that. It's like a little kid in a candy store. Now the puck stuck on the far side corner. A couple of players go after it. Quick pass in front, and Amels robs Luoma of a goal as he sprawls out, and I don't even think he used his stick as much as just his blocker hand.
And it's not the first time that we've seen him do that, Matt. This kid has laid out time and time again, made some great saves for this Packers squad. A little extracurricular activity too there at the end of the play.
They're just talking, just having some, probably what class they have tomorrow, I don't know. Shot goes towards the middle, it's deflected. And racing up for it is Jerhoff to forward. Wrist shot off the mask of Hershey. Rebound also saved by Hershey, and here comes Snell the other way. Panthers trying to cling to a one-goal lead. Senko steals the pass, tried to go to Snell. That got intercepted. Now here comes the Packers the other way. Glove down by Petruzewski in his own zone. And now Senko will wait for his guys to enter the zone. He loses it to Brendan Shanley. And now here's Jack Petruzewski. Very good looking defenseman for the South St. Paul Packers. Brings it all the way around. Sends it to Shanley, who's sharp, or Miller rather, whose shot just goes wide. Quick wrister there. Petruzewski goes off for a line change, making way for Mitch Fitzgerald to come into the party. Fitzgerald, a couple of stick deeks, and then sends it down low. Karams off the end boards to the back of the net. Number 22 in white, red, and blue is Gage Richenbach. Sends it out of the zone, but Miller sends it back in. South St. Paul has to touch up. They'll get some fresh legs. 2:40 left. You'll see the coaches be really stingy, Matt, with shifts, making sure they have fresh guys.
Well, and this last 2.5 minutes is crucial for the Panther defense. They've got to step up and help out the goalie, JT Hershey, as they try to hold on to this one-goal lead. They've had trouble in the early going on defense, kind of turning their back a few times to the Packers. They can't do that here.
Numbers here, but a great defensive play. Richards hacking at it, gets it on goal. And Amels saves it with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. You talk about, Matt, key for the Panthers defense in this last 2:09. Is that them not cheating up as much and kind of staying home defensively?
Well, we'll be interested to see if they do that. I think, they certainly have got to do more to help out Hershey. There's a couple times, like I said, they've turned their back. Perhaps, lay back a little bit in front of the net and just kind of preserve that lead with just 2 minutes left. Maybe a pretty good strategy.
Hershey's been busy, unofficially 25 saves. Makes his 26th save of the night off a backhander by Nick Jerhoff. And we're under the 2-minute mark. $1:59 left in the third period. Let's take another look at that last save. Jerhoff, the left-handed shot, just a little backhand flip. Good position. Quick shot off the face-off by Petrozewski.
Even right there on that last replay, a couple of Panthers, they didn't come into the picture until late. They've got to be there a little bit earlier to stop the puck before it even gets to Hershey if they want to preserve this lead.
Let's play coach right now, Matt. Coach Matt, you're South St. Paul, you're behind the bench. $1:43 left, you're down 1. When's Grant Amels coming out of the net?
Well, it's a great question. I was just thinking the same thing.
That's why I asked it. I love this game. I love playing coach. When do you take the goalie out?
Yeah, at some point they're going to have to, and we'll just kind of have to sit back here and see when they decide to do it. It looks like we might have a timeout here. Perhaps an opportunity here for both teams to talk things out. The Packers calling a timeout, and you know, at this point, it doesn't look like Amels is coming out. He's going to have to pretty soon.
Hey, I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to do this. If you want to order a DVD of Matt Bishop's comeback to North Metro TV, you can do it a couple of ways. You can call 763-231-2801. I swear, I'm a really nice guy, not cocky at all. Or you can go online to northmetro.tv. All the crew here who doesn't know me probably thinks I'm like this big jerk, but let's be honest, this has been an absolute blast. I'm so glad it's a great hockey game, Matt, because for the past 4 months I've been going through cancer treatment, so this is so much better than going to the hospital for chemotherapy. Let's look at the North Suburban standings. You see the Panthers trying to move up. They're in the middle of that pack right now, but it's everybody chasing Totino.
Yeah, that's pretty typical, isn't it, in the North Suburban? But, you know, still the Panthers, as they sit just 3 games back, so a lot to play for. This is obviously not a conference game tonight, but in the conference, there's a lot to play for. Still several games to go. I know they play Irondale coming up, and a couple of these other guys. It'll certainly be an opportunity for them to get back in the game. If they can get some momentum tonight with a non-conference win, it could certainly propel them as we go forward towards sections.
So Grant Amels is at the top of his crease. I'm guessing my friend Justin, who's been helping us out tonight, says they'll leave at 1:15. I'm going to go a minute flat. Grant Amels leaves the net. Panthers, one-timer in front, long shot. Someone got a piece of it and went wide. Probably try to get Austin Long after this game, as he's been the star. As a quick wrist shot, what a glove save by JT Hershey. Should probably hear from him too, huh? JT Hershey with another great save. That one kind of off of his left pad, and then he gathered it up with his glove. Looked like it bounced up off the heel of his mitt. Over face off, and the goalie is pulled. So I was 8 seconds off as Spring Lake Park wins the face-off and hacks it down the ice, but it will be an icing call with 1:03 remaining.
Does that mean your buddy Justin was 7 seconds off?
Were you 7? Yeah.
You guys got it.
Who wins, though? Is it
closest?
A minute?
I think
to
it's
a minute
closest.
8? Oh, dang it.
I think you lose, Matt.
I thought we were both 7 seconds off.
All right, I'm going to let you take it from here. I'm going to go try to grab a couple of these guys.
Sounds
post
good.
Game.
Hopefully hear from Long and JT Hershey post-game. So 1 minute remaining. With it behind the net, South St. Paul. Quick shot in front by Jerhoff is saved by Hershey. The 6'4" netminder, strong in net right here. Spring Lake Park flips it out of the zone once again, but not short enough for icing as it ends up going all the way down. As Matt's heading down, rink level, get some interviews for us after the contest. As Spring Lake Park, this game far from over. They have a 4-3 lead, 41 seconds left. Shot-wise, it's been all South St. Paul right now as they have the shot advantage. But hey, all that matters is that scoreboard, and that's where the Panthers have the lead. South St. Paul skating 6-on-5 as they pull the goalie. Now with it is Senko, empty net, he shoots and scores. Senko nets the dagger, as that one will put a fork in the Packers. They are done. Pete Senko with his 8th goal of the season on the empty net. And it is a 5-3 Spring Lake Park Panthers lead. Let's take a look at the replay. Great job to knock it down in the neutral zone. Looked like Long was the one who knocked it down. Senko, I don't know if you're going to get an easier goal than that as he buries it. Pete Senko in his 18th game with his 8th goal. Austin Long gets the assist. Nick Hyde also with an assist. So Austin Long, 2 goals and 1 helper in the ball game, and that's going to do it. Some pushing and shoving at the end of it, but the Spring Lake Park Panthers here at Fogarty Arena take down the South St. Paul Packers by a score of 5-3. If you're a fan of hockey, it was just a great hockey game altogether. Had very fast-paced action as the Panthers were able to respond after South St. Paul took a 2-1 lead after the first period. The Panthers would then score in the second to make it 2-2. And then the impressive thing is how the Panthers responded again when the Packers tied it at 3. Panthers didn't give up. Austin Long got a great pass and sent it into an open net. As you see the teams going through the handshake line. I don't think we'll have any Minnesota, North Dakota, Joe Finley, Blake Wheeler handshake line moments for all you WCAJ fans from a few years back. As just a good hockey game all around. Great goaltending. Amos, although, you know, he gave up 4 goals. Of course, 1 was an empty netter. Amos, although it was not the result he wanted, giving up 4 goals, he did make some great saves. And also, you have to, with Austin Long, give maybe a co-player of the game to JT Hershey. JT Hershey played absolutely spectacular between the pipes tonight. The junior goaltender, 6'4", 180-pounder, JT Hershey, makes unofficially, I think it was about 30 saves or 29 saves, just around there. And we'll hear from a couple of guys at the end of this game. Matt Johnson is down on the ice as he directs JT Hershey to where to go. And look at that, Matt Johnson just in the essence of hard work. He doesn't need skates. He's out on the ice asking for player interviews as Austin Long is just getting, look at that guy, Matt Johnson, just getting comments from the coaches. He's starting his interview questions and going to interview players. Great coverage all around, and we're not done with it yet as we'll have some post-game interviews here as it's a 5-3 victory for the Spring Lake Park Panthers as they take down the South St. Paul Packers. Matt Bishop, Matt Johnson down on the ice. As you see, I got the hat and gloves on here. A bit chilly in the ice box. That's what they call it when things go. But looking at the goals, you look at Long, he had 2 goals. Also, Nystrom started off the scoring for Spring Lake Park, and then, of course, Senko with the dagger. But a big goal, too, at the start of the third period by Nick Hyde as he comes up from his defenseman position to get a great goal, and at that point, give the Spring Lake Park Panthers a 3-2 lead. You look at the Panthers now with this win. They're 9-9-0 overall. The South St. Paul Packers dropped to 5-12-1. Again, remember, it is not a conference game. These teams really playing for seeding in sections as the season goes on, but not a conference game. So still 3-3-0 in the North Suburban are the Spring Lake Park Panthers, and still 2-5-1 in the very tough Classic Suburban are the South St. Paul Packers. Packers goals in this game, and we'll get you the highlights later on in the postgame show. Third period, the Packers goals in this one. Let's get you the third period goals right now. And that was a great just individual move by Nick Hyde, going coast to coast, his 8th goal of the season at the 8:29 mark. Roofs the top shelf with the forehand. Now how about this effort? It's in front. Snell finds Austin Long, and Austin Long sends it in. That was his 2nd goal of the game, and that was after a Ben Cry goal that tied it up. Long's 19th goal of the season, assisted, of course, from Snell. And this Austin Long kid, first chance I've had to see him in person this year. An absolutely spectacular player. And then the empty netter. Senko off the pass from Long makes it 5-3 with about 30 seconds left. Senko's 8th goal of the season. So we looked, going into this game about the key players for this Spring Lake Park team. And in a must-win game, the key players need to step up. We look at the final game summary. 5-3 to score. Shots 29-24. Power plays 1 for 5 for SLP, 2 for 3 for SSP. Matt Johnson was hard at work getting the guys to come do interviews. Let's send it down to him ringside with a couple of Spring Lake Park Panthers. Matt.
Down here ringside with a couple of the stars of tonight's victory for the Panthers. 5-3 the final score here at Focus Arena. Let's start off with Austin Long. Austin, we talked about you before the game that you're going to be a key in this game. Your offense got off to a little bit of a slow start, but 2 goals for you. What did it take to kind of get the momentum going there in kind of a close game?
Well, I couldn't really do it without my teammates, Pete and Devin, without my line mates, I mean. They didn't get the puck to me, I wouldn't have been able to score. Hershey keeping us in the game was a big point, or key, I guess. And, yeah.
Just how much does this game mean to you guys? It's obviously a section win, not necessarily a conference, not a conference win, but a big win nonetheless.
Well, we really wanted to win this game so we could be put in a higher seed in the section.
Congratulations on a big one. Let's talk to your goalie, JT Hershey, coming up with 28 saves tonight. They kept you busy out there, especially in that second and third period. You guys gave up the lead, but then got it back thanks to the help of some of your teammates. Just what help did you get from your defense there toward the end that secured it?
During the beginning of the game, I really couldn't see much throughout the entire first period. Like a lot of shots, I was getting screened, but through the second and third period, my defense did a really good job of clearing the puck out and forcing shots from a bad angle, so I could really just stay in front of my net and just play my game.
All right, very evenly matched, a very physical game throughout. Let's talk to Pete Senko. You guys had a very physical game all night long. It felt like these teams really needed this win. Just how kind of desperate for a win were you guys tonight? It kind of showed out there on the ice.
Well, we've been struggling a little bit, and this is our 3rd win in a row, and it got us back to 500, and that helps out a lot. And so we were fighting for that just to get confidence back in our game, and then also that this is a section game, and we just want each team's fighting for the higher seed, so that's what we're out there battling for.
Coach told me before the game that you guys are a very deep team. You guys are always able to get fresh legs out there with 4 lines. Do you think that had an impact in the game tonight as well?
Yeah. In practice, we're always working hard so that in the third period we're well conditioned and we can bust our butt and give it our all.
All right, awesome. Congratulations on a big win, all you guys. 3 of the stars for the Panthers tonight. Austin Long, JT Hershey, and Pete Senko. The Panthers win 5-3 over the South St. Paul Packers. For our entire North Metro TV crew, my colleague Matt Bishop, our director Kenton Kipp, I'm Matt Johnson. Have a great night, everybody.